Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. I don't think anybody would be good night, but welcome everybody to this Thursday in late March, and delighted that you can make time in your busy schedule to join us today for the all hands meeting, our monthly occurrence to bring the MSCC community together and talk about uh, good issues and good opportunities for our community as well. I'm Anna Hunsinger. I am the principal investigator for the NSF funded activities on behalf of the MSCC, and I'm also the vice president of community engagement at Internet 2. So I get to be your MC today. So delighted to have you here. Um, just to follow on what has been our regular custom here, we would like to welcome any new community participants that might have very recently joined the MSCC community. So if you're willing, I'm going to ask those of you that just joined MSCC, or if this is your first time participating in one of our meetings, if you would take a moment to just introduce yourselves. So do we have anybody new? Okay, well, if you are new, and maybe let us know that you're here too, and you don't have to do it in front of everybody. You could just send us a quick uh, something over the chat. Please use the chat window as we also get started. So since I'm going to be the one driving, forgive me also because I'm not very good at driving these days. So, but I'll do my best here. So I just have a few quick announcements. First of all, our agenda for today. I'm going to make a few good commercials about some things that we feel are important to share with the community.
Said you're not repeating yourself to whatever you said.
If uh,
Oh,
whoever is talking, please mute yourself. If you,
nah.
all right, everybody good? Okay, here we go. So just a few announcements and things that I want to share with you on behalf of the MSCC staff. And then we're going to get to some really good presenters and, a really interesting topic for today. I want to remind everybody that we are recording the meeting, and that recording might be shared also through platforms like our YouTube channel. So please know that participating, once we started the recording, you are consenting to such recording. Okay. All right. Okay. I am so excited to, if you didn't know, to share with you that the MSCC annual meeting, our third meeting, is fast approaching. We're really excited about going to Nashville, Tennessee at the end of May. And if you haven't taken a look at the event webpage, you can now. Registration is now open. We're really excited about how the program is taking shape. Get ready because we will be announcing very, very soon some really exciting keynoters and speakers. And I won't spoil the surprises, but I'm very, very excited that this meeting is going to happen and that we're going to have the community come together for this important event and opportunity. So please register if you're planning to attend. We're hoping to reach capacity soon, and our space might be limited once we reach that capacity. So please consider participating and making your plans to be at the meeting and to join us. Okay? So, okay. One quick reminder, we're implementing a new system for our CRM. And as we set this in motion, our technical team wanted me to pass along that if you use Gmail, we need you to just if you want to be receiving all the emails that we're sending you, there's a couple of things that you might need to do. This just has to do with how Gmail is working. We don't want emails that are important to you to be cut up in getting put as junk mail or promotions. I mean, maybe you want it that way, but we would prefer you wouldn't do that, especially as we start sharing a lot more news about things that are going on with the MSCC in our community. So do us a favor. The last bullet here says a little bit more as to what you can do to just let the magic of Gmail know that the emails from MSCC need to go straight to your inbox. Okay, so please do us a favor, and if you can, take care of this. Okay. Also, we are hiring. We're really excited to be looking for another cyber infrastructure facilitator. Please spread the word, or maybe you're interested in applying. We really want to move as quickly as we can in filling this really important role. So more information is at the link, or just take a picture of the QRB code. And please consider passing this along as well to your networks. One other very quick announcement is that I want to take a moment very quickly to introduce a new member to our team. And Neda, real quick, can you say hello?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Netta Caligari. So I am the new MSCC consultant. I previously worked, if any of you are familiar with the InCommon community, through internet too as well. So I'm really here to support the annual meeting, help with some communications and just some community building and other initiatives. So I'm excited. This is my first all hands meeting. So I guess I'm one of the new peeps in the mix, but if you want to reach out, I'm on Slack, email, all of that. So yeah, it's really nice to meet everybody and I'm excited to be in the mix.
Thank you, Netta. We're really glad that you have joined the team. And now, as you get emails also from Netta, who is helping us tremendously. So again, take care of that little thing if you're using Gmail, if you can. But again, thank you for the opportunity to allow us to introduce you the great talent also that's coming to help and supporting our thriving MSCC community. Okay, so with that said, let's get to the topic of our annual, oh, sorry, not our annual, our all hands meeting in this month of March. So we have two incredible speakers that I will introduce very, very quickly. What I'm going to do is introduce first Dr. Pearson, give Dr. Pearson first an opportunity to do his presentation, then we'll have time for a Q&A. Then I will introduce Dr. Barnett, who will go next. And then, of course, allow questions pertinent to her presentation. And then hopefully we have a bit of time at the end for additional questions and other things. So let's get to it. First, I want to say we're going to focus today on data science and data science in the context of not only what it is. I mean, this is a relatively new field, some could say. I mean, in a way, although maybe it doesn't feel that new for many people. But we have two really outstanding speakers that are going to go a little deeper into that. And, from the perspective of also having worked with higher ed, but also, having been faculty and experts in this domain too. So they're going to tell us a little bit more as to not only what they've been doing, but opportunities also around the engagement around this domain and other really interesting things that are really pertinent to our community of HBCUs, TCUs, and other minority serving institutions. So with that said, and again, a reminder, please, to allow our speakers to get through their presentations. I'll be really grateful if everybody can mute their microphone so that we can minimize disruptions. So let's go now to Dr. Pearson. Dr. Pearson is an assistant professor in computer science at the great Alabama A&M University. So, Dr. Pearson, where are you? I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Dr. Pearson, hello. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So you'll have to forgive me because I need to find your slides, but if you have them ready, I can allow you to also share them through the Zoom. Would you prefer to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, that would be great so that we can get started. So go ahead, Dr. Pearson.
All right. It says I don't have share
Okay,
capabilities.
let me see what's going on here. Okay, I believe you should try now. Let me know if that didn't work.
It's working.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Pearson. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. All right. Can everyone see my slides?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Good morning, afternoon, depending on where you are. I am Dr. Pearson, and today I will be presenting on the data science initiatives that we have with the HBCU Data Science Consortium. And so, to give you a flow of how the presentation will go, I have prepared this brief outline where I'm going to give a brief introduction of who I am. I'm going to talk about the HBCU Data Science Consortium data science initiatives. Then I'll touch briefly on some of the partnership and activities that we have with the Atlanta University Center Data Science Institute. And then I will also wrap up with discussing some of the data science initiatives that we have going on here on the campus of Alabama A&M University. And so just to give you, a brief introduction of who I am, I'm a native of Greene County, Alabama. That's a really small town in the state of Alabama. We're located about 20 minutes south of Tuscaloosa. Most people know Tuscaloosa because of the Alabama football team. And so I received both my bachelor's and master's degrees in computer science from Alabama A&M University, and then I went on to earn my PhD in computer science from Alabama State. Not Alabama State, excuse me, Mississippi State, I'm sorry. And so I currently serve as the executive president for the HBCU Data Science Consortium, and I also serve as the Associate Dean for Student Success for the College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences here at Alabama A&M University, as well as being a professor in the computer science program. So let's start off by talking about what is the HBCU Data Science Consortium. So the HBCU Data Science Consortium is a group of we started out with 6 HBCU institutions. We had Alabama A&M University, Florida A&M University. We had Norfolk State University, Johnson C. Smith University, and Morehouse College. And so we were founded, or we got started with a large seed award from the South Big Data Hub. And so with that funding, we were able to start the consortium, and from that, we went on to become a nonprofit organization. And so the mission of the consortium is to be an institution that provides, that culminates talent at different HBCUs to bring data science to those institutions. And the vision is to be a leading institution that establish a pipeline of students with data science skills or associated skills to data science. And so we have 4 foundational pillars that we focus on with the consortium, and those 4 pillars are research, partnerships, as well as education, and we also promote inclusivity. So with that, we really promote the data science education, research, and industry partnerships for HBCUs. And so also with the funding that we received from the South Big Data Hub to start the consortium, we were able to award many grants to HBCUs to be like a catalyst to get the data science on their campuses. And so we gave out 5 awards the first time. Well, initially, and those awards went to Alabama State, Clark Atlanta University, Delaware State, Morehouse, and Stillman College. And so just to give you a little insight on what they did with the funds that they received, because each one of the institutions received an award of $10,000 to initiate data science initiatives on their campus. And so at Alabama State, they developed or they worked on advancing biological and healthcare research using data-driven approaches. And on the campus of Clark Atlanta, they developed a toolkit for data science so that they can implement new and emerging topics in their courses easily. And that particular toolkit has 3 individual modules related to programming in Python as well as R. And then they also had 2 other modules that were associated with that project. As far as the Delaware State program, they introduced a workshop to get students more engaged with data science because they had a few courses on their campus, but they found it they had a roadblock of getting students interested in taking the courses. And so they created a workshop that allowed them to incentivize and motivate students to take those new courses that they had implemented. And then Morehouse College also created a new course where they were implementing data science as it related to the African diaspora for their students. And lastly, we had Stillman College, which looked at plans for developing a HBCU data science repository. And so to continue on with some of the past initiatives, we received a second Small Seed Award from the South Big Data Hub. And with that, we used those funds to develop what we call our Data Science Student Ambassador chapters, or DSA chapters. And so we gave out 6 of those awards, and each institution received roughly about a little over $4,000. And this was to start student clubs for student clubs to start initiatives for data science, as well as to engage their students on their campuses for data science. And so those were some of the past initiatives that we conducted with the Consortium for Data Science. And so I'll move on to some of our current and ongoing initiatives. So one of our first and one of the partnerships that we're most proud of is the FICO Data Analytics Challenge. And so this partnership started when FICO reached out to us. It was about 2.5 years ago. They reached out because they wanted to get more involved on HBCU campuses, and they wanted to get the students engaged in data science. And so they approached us with trying to see how they can get involved. And from that spawned the Data Analytics Challenge. And this challenge is now in its 2nd year, and we are also planning for year 3. And so the first year that we launched the challenge in partnership with FICO, we had 3 schools that participated. So we had Alabama A&M University, Bowie State, and we had Delaware State. And so during the first challenge, the students focused on fraud detection using synthesized data for the housing market. And so they went through, it was a 8-week challenge that the students participated in. And so they were given this data set and they had to go through and clean the data. No, I'm sorry. The first challenge was on identifying bias, in the housing market data. And so they had to go through and clean the data and also develop a model to produce a to produce results that would have minimal bias and not introduce bias to other categories in the data set. And so this year is the year that they're looking on fraud detection for credit card transactions. And so the schools that are participating this year are Bowie State, Delaware State, Alabama A&M. We also have a community college participating for the first time this year, which is Drake State Community College. And we also are in works with getting Stillman College to participate. And so we are very excited about what year 3 will entail with the FICO Challenge, because they also incentivize the students to participate, and we make it a competition. And so they work for about 8 weeks, and then at the end of the challenge, they give this presentation to the stakeholders from FICO, and then we pick winners based on their presentations. And so another ongoing initiative that we have is our annual celebration. We are coming up for the 4th annual celebration for our data science celebration. And so this is a conference where we bring all things data science. So we have different stakeholders from the HBCU community. We also have industry stakeholders, such as our partners, such as FICO and others that come. And we also have at this this conference, the student poster competition. So students are able to present their research as well. And so the annual celebration is a 2-day event where we get together and we discuss different subject areas related to data science. And so later on in the presentation, I will show you the flyer for this year's celebration. It has registration information or links on it in case you're interested in attending. Also, we have our quarterly salon series, where each quarter we have a kind of like this one, where we get together and we have a presentation from different speakers. So we usually, speakers usually speak to the pillars, which are education, research, and industry partnerships. So we have a speaker that comes in and they talk about what's current in their sector of data science and associated fields. So also the HBCU Data Science Consortium, we have a membership model for those of you who are interested in joining the Data Science Consortium. And so you can join in 2 different methods. You can be an institutional member, or you can be an individual member. And these QR codes here lead to a form that you can fill out if you're interested in becoming a member of the HBCU Data Science Consortium. You can just scan the QR code and complete the form, and we will get in touch with you. And so these are some of the incentives that you get when joining the Data Science Consortium. And so also members also get to take advantage of different I would say activities that we have going on throughout the year, such as our salon series. We also invite all of our members to the celebration. We also promote any advertise or any information that our partners would like us to advertise as it relates to job opportunities for students, any workshop or professional development for faculty, and things of that nature. So this brings me to the celebration again. So if you're interested in attending the 4th annual celebration, here is our flyer and this QR code. You can scan it to register if you would like to attend. So the celebration will take place April the 11th through the 12th. It will be on the campus of Alabama A&M University. And this year, the theme is Shaping a Secure Future with AI, Celebrating Black Voices and Innovation. And so also there's the website here to the HBCU Data Science Consortium if you want to check out any of the opportunities that we have available. But again, I highly encourage you all, if you're interested, to register and attend the event. It's a great event. We have a lot of opportunities. And this year we have a lot of different panel discussions because we have representatives from Microsoft that will be leading some of the panels this year, as well as our returning partner, FICO, will be there to talk about what's coming up for year 3 of the Data Analytics Challenge. So, our collaboration with the Atlanta University Center for Data Science Institute. So we participate in a lot of workshops with the AUC because they host a lot of workshops for curriculum development. And so I'll talk about one of the workshops that later in the next slide that two of my other colleagues and I attended, which is how we were able to develop our curriculum for the data science minor that we have here at Alabama A&M University. And it is geared toward, it's open to all majors on campus. And it is a minor and it's housed in the computer science program, but I'll talk about that a little later. And so other workshops that they have, the AUC, they currently have a HBCU faculty fellowship coming up. It's gonna take place this summer. I think it's scheduled for June. I think it's scheduled for July because they are going to announce they're going to announce who gets selected to participate in June. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me and I can help you get information on how you can participate in that upcoming workshop, because it is sponsored because they have a partnership with MasterCard, and they are going to be helping faculty who want to incorporate data science into their courses. That's what the upcoming workshop will be about. And then they also have the W.E.B. Du Bois Data Science Symposium. That's an annual symposium that they have, where they allow both faculty and staff to come and present their research. I took a group of students. I had 2 student teams that I took to the symposium this year because they participated in the MasterCard Data Science Challenge, where they had to use the inclusive growth score to do predictions on how to improve different communities and make the communities more sustainable. And so also, like I just mentioned, the Faculty Development Summer Institute that they're having this summer. All right, so we're getting down to the end. So let's get into the data science initiatives that we have here on the campus of Alabama A&M. So we currently just got approved to offer this new data science minor. And like I stated earlier, me and 2 of my colleagues attended. It was a workshop that was hosted by the AUC. It was for 2 academic semesters, where in the first semester, we looked at different curriculums that are from universities, that have established data science programs or data science minors. So we did a deep dive in looking at the data, where we analyzed the different programs. And so we tried to find programs that were most suitable or that were applicable to the size of institutions that most of the participants were. And so we looked at their curriculum, and from that we planned how we could either use existing courses in our course catalogs to offer data science curriculums, or if we needed to develop new courses. And then in the second half of that workshop, it was dedicated to actually developing the courses and the curriculum for the data science curriculum that we were proposing. And by the end of the second half of the workshop, you had to submit your proposal to your university for offering the new program. And so here on our campus, that required us to go before the standards committee to get it approved. And then from there, it had to get approved by the state. And so we went through those channels to get our data science minor approved. And so to give you a little insight on the minor, we structured it in such a way that students can get a foundation in programming they get a foundation in statistics. And then after that, they get kind of like a crash course in how to apply that to do data analytics or to do data science as when you look at developing algorithms and things of that nature. And then the last two layers of the minor allows the students to culminate at the end and do something like a capstone project where they get to apply the knowledge that they learned and then apply it to an actual data science problem. And so, again, I think I talked about this in the previous slide where I took a group of two teams. It was about 8 students where they competed in the MasterCard AUC Financial Inclusion Hackathon. And so that was over the course of an entire semester where they had to use the inclusive growth score information or data that they received from MasterCard to do sustainability for different neighborhoods. And so this was really a great project for the students because they got to see how they can apply these the skills and how they can actually help their communities that they come from. And so this wraps up my presentation. I'm going to open the floor for questions. So you can use the chat or come off and ask me questions on the mic, however you choose to do so.
Thank you, Dr. Pearson, and appreciate you being able to tell us a little bit more about the work and also these really important initiatives. So I would have a question, but we should let others ask you first. So I'm monitoring the chat window, or if anybody would like to speak up, just unmute yourself and do so. Any questions?
Not a question, but thanks for the presentation. More of a comment, and I really appreciate it. And it's, to me, being part of MSCC, it's a constant learning, things that I don't know and I learn and I connect with people. So just so you know, you have a DM already. So I think you and I should definitely talk. I work for Purdue Rosen Center for Advanced Computing. There's so many things that I can see us doing together. I mean, I don't want to bore everybody else, but just thank you. And I'd love to chat with you separately.
Great. I would love to do so.
All right. Thank you, Susanna. And someone was asking me directly, yes, we will make the slides available. So they will be definitely available. Thank you, Dr. Pearson, for letting us share them.
No
By
problem.
the way, I was, when I looked into Dr. Pearson, please take a look also because, you know, he's, the work that he's doing, and when you might find some videos that credit him for FICO related things, but it's really about the work that he's done also in this domain to support students as well. So you might find some videos that you'd be like, where's Dr. Pearson? But I appreciate that that a company like FICO, who's contributing here, is also recognizing the work that Dr. Pearson is doing in his domain and to support his students and others. Dr. Pearson, one last question I wanted to ask. I know you might have covered this. Can you quickly just summarize ways that if other HBCUs or people are interested in the consortium that you reference, what is the process that they need to follow, or would they just need to contact you?
So yeah, they can either contact me directly or they can go to the website, and under the website there is I think there's a tab at the top that says membership, and if you click that, it will take you to the section in the website for membership. And then there is where you will find the 2 options for institutional membership or individual membership. And so when you complete that form, one of the members from our executive board will contact you, and from there it's just we will process your form and get you the necessary material that you need to become a member.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. Well, if anybody thinks of additional questions, please put them in the chat window, or you have the email address of Dr. Pearson, or send them to us. Dr. Pearson, thank you so much. We're going to second to our second speaker. So if you wouldn't mind now.
Excuse me, I have a question for
All
Dr.
right, I'm going to have to mute someone. Sorry. Okay. So
I think
thank
Dr. Dawes had a question for Dr. Pearson. Anna.
Yes, yes. Sorry
you.
for interrupting. I have a question, Dr. Pearson. I was through the website and going, and then at the end, I found that institutional membership is $1,000, and actually to go over and sign that contract, I have to talk with my dean. Is there any way I can move through the application and then I can talk with my dean to get that money? We have the several grants, but it is depend upon the each of the grant activity for different purposes. We have to see that the money available or not. So, is there any way I can just submit the application and then we can come with the how much money we can pay or available? That part I cannot determine immediately. That's the part I'm seeing here.
Yes, you can fill the form out and submit the form and because once you submit the form, it doesn't require you to make a payment then. Once you complete the form, our treasurer he sends like an invoice, and then that was how you can decide how you want to make your payment.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. Okay.
No problem.
All right, we're getting close on time, and I know that another hand went up. Dr. Sahu, might it be possible to ask you to leave your question so that we can to the end, so that we can let our next speaker go, please, since we don't have a lot of time. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So let's now go to our second speaker. I'm delighted that I get to introduce you to Dr. Kim Barnett. Oh my gosh, so many things that we could say about her. First, I should just tell you that she's a program manager in LMI's intelligence market, where she leads a team to create and deliver courses to increase the digital acumen of national security customers. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Since we're short in time, I cannot go through the amazing bio of Dr. Burnett. Just want to highlight she has a lot of experience working with the higher ed community. She's had work and involvement with the University of the District of Columbia, and she is proud, I'm sure, graduate of 3 esteemed HBCUs. So delighted to have you. So Dr. Burnett, the floor is yours. If you wish to show your screen, you can, or let me know and I can actually also show your PDF, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that Dr. Pearson is able to stay on because we have a lot of people in common as he was giving his presentation. Let me see if this shares well, and I'm going to share screen mode.
Perfect.
Okay, how is that? All right, everyone can see. Okay, fantastic. And please pardon me if I have to stop and cough or blow my nose. I am fighting a cold and was hoping this would be gone before I had to present to you all today. All right. So I'm going to just kind of walk through a brief introduction, really dig into LMI's Academic Partnerships Program, talk a bit about how LMI utilizes data science, and then if we have time, practical ways to introduce Gen AI into the classroom. All right, so we always start our presentations with a bluff. I don't know if this originated in the military or what have you, but we always start with bottom line up front. And I think for this bluff, I'm probably speaking to the choir as I read up on this cybersecurity consortium. So you all are probably very aware that AI is rapidly evolving. It's impacting so many different industries. We're a federal government contractor, federal government contracting services and products provider at LMI. So we look across the government sector, and definitely my role as a fellow, looking at how education, you all are the pipeline into government contracting agencies and other consulting firms and industries like LMI. So we're in the AI era. We must embrace this technology to compete nationally and globally. You're going to see that LMI is building and deploying Gen AI products and services to help our clients do more with less. That is a term that has been ever more prevalent over the past 60 days as cuts are being made and agencies are trying to figure out how to do more with less. We are aligning and leveraging our university partnerships with our ongoing support to government and also utilizing applied research and the innovation from students to really accelerate and amplify LMI's innovation and prototype development. And then lastly, there are practical ways to introduce AI into the classroom. Was really excited to hear about the HBCU Data Science Consortium, Dr. Pearson. And so I know that you all know, and many of the educators on the line and students on how to have these discussions around ethical topics, how to use AI responsibly, really making sure that the students are using and exploring these Gen AI tools, the data entrepreneurship challenges, the data science challenges that Dr. Pearson mentioned. LMI also sponsors some of those. All right, so I'll move on. So let me give you a little bit about myself, and this is more from the point of my bias, right? We talk about bias in the data. So this is my inherent bias, and I'm giving you all this up front, my point of view. So, excuse me, as I am presenting this information, from my perspective as a fellow at LMI, outside of the work that I'm doing for our client, we do client facing work, and then I work maybe 10–15% of my time as a fellow internally leading our academic partnerships. So I have a vested interest in developing a pathway for data scientists and strategic thinkers to join LMI. We are developing LLMs for our government clients to use. So we need team members who can assist with the development of these tools and also working with the client to help with the adoption of these tools. So building those interpersonal skills where you are going in, boots on the ground, and working with clients and showing them how these tools can help enhance what they do, can help augment and speed up the efficiencies of what they do. So we need the scientists, and we also need the innovators, the strategic thinkers who are helping with the adoption strategies. I am a proud graduate of 2 HBCUs. I did my BS in mathematics at Spelman College, and I did a master's in applied mathematics at Clark Atlanta University. And then from there, I went on to a PWI to do my PhD at North Carolina State University. So my PhD is in operations research many, many, many moons ago, back in 2000. So before data science was even a topic or even really conceived of, OR is like the predecessor. So I have a vested interest in ensuring that students and professors at HBCUs, TCUs, other minority serving institutions are an integral part of this AI era. I actually helped secure a sponsorship so LMI is a perpetual sponsorship of the AUC Data Science Initiative. In fact, Dr. Pearson, we probably have Dr. Talitha Washington in common. She was just at a panel that LMI sponsored last Thursday. She's back at Howard now. So we're happy to have her back in DC. But also I loved going to visit her in my old stomping grounds, AUC. LMI sponsored a panel as part of an AI summit that was held last week, and we talked about unlocking the impact of generative AI and effective strategic implementation. And so Dr. Washington was on that panel, and I posted a bit about it if you all connect with me on LinkedIn. So I do have a workshop upcoming with professors in the AUC to discuss how AI is being used to support government missions and how that translates into what students need to put into practice now to help them prepare for these various careers in data science. And then lastly, I'll go back to my humble beginnings. I'm a beneficiary of K through 12 education in Inglewood, California public schools. So I really have a vested interest in starting at the beginning of the pipeline, pre-K 3, pre-K 4. These students are using ChatGPT now in 4th grade. So we have a vested interest to make sure that they're learning how to use the tools responsibly, that it is just enhancing their learning mechanisms, and also looking at continual improvement of these tools. And then I do board work. I'm part of a group called DC Action. All right, so let me dig into, I know we have about 10 minutes left, what we do with academic and lab partnerships at LMI. We team, so we have contracts where we are supporting government clients and we are teaming with universities. If there's a particular niche subject matter expertise that a professor or lab brings to bear on a solution, we are teaming with academic institutions. We also recruit from universities. Last summer, we had 23 interns from our university network, 2 cadets from West Point Military Academy, and 3 graduate fellows. We are also doing research. Last year, we sponsored 9 projects where 27 students worked across those 9 projects to advance LMI capabilities and offerings. This year, 24-25, we have 8 sponsored research projects underway and 2 that will kick off this summer. We also partner with labs within our university ecosystem, and that's establishing those CRADAs. I always forget exactly what it stands for, and I wrote it down. Um, Cooperative Research and Development Agreements, just in case, but you guys probably already knew that. And then we also have members of the LMI staff who sit on academic advisory boards. This is just a quick snapshot, and this is a bit outdated because I don't see the AUC DSI logo on this map. And we now have 10 academic advisory board seats versus 13. So this is a little bit outdated, but it just gives you a quick glance at the different universities that are in our ecosystem. I saw that there was a professor on here from Coppin State. So Coppin State is in the house. You may see your logo on here. And I would love to talk with you more about how to bring you into our ecosystem or how to continue to improve and leverage your university if you're already in our ecosystem. Now, let's move into how LMI uses data science. So I always start with just kind of a level setting on Gen AI. I call this Gen AI 101. And I'm tying this and bringing this into this discussion because this really is where our data scientists play. And this is a graphic that I'm sharing is from April 2023, Foundation Models at Department of Homeland Security. So just a bit about, kind of the flow of these foundational models for Gen AI. So the models are pre-trained on huge data sets, right? And you guys all are learning about this or teaching about this or you're doing this work. And so you know that Gen AI, for example, like a tool like ChatGPT, it does not reason, right? It may seem really smart, but it's really just regurgitating patterns from the data that it was trained on. And it was trained on a lot of data, and you've probably put in prompts into tools, Gen AI tools, and they come back with responses that seem very, very confident. But you're like, wait, that's actually not true. So these hallucinations that are popping up in these Gen AI tools, it's data scientists' responsibilities and the people who are using these tools and trying to improve on these tools, making sure that these hallucinations are minimized and other risks are minimized and minimizing the bias in the data, making sure that there's a robust data set that these models and these tools are being trained on, making sure that the algorithms are correct in how they are training and processing this data. So I just kind of give this as a foundation because it really is the anchor for a lot of the work that's being done in the data science arena at LMI. So how are we utilizing Gen AI tools? I actually, excuse me, just wanted to include a graphic of a Teams chat because this is really how the folks I work with talk, right? So we are actually like sharing things that we've discovered when we're coming across new features that other companies are working on with their Gen AI tools. So our data scientists, our data engineers, our innovators, they're sharing discoveries within the Gen AI space. This is a Teams chat with our senior VP of Digital and Analytics Solutions and other team members. just a few people that are kind of in this group chat. So we expect our staff to explore the technology, report lessons learned, figuring out how they can continue to improve upon it, how we can leverage it in the tools that we're developing at LMI. And so when we're interviewing candidates, if there's students on the line or faculty that's trying to encourage and help students prepare for careers in data science, we're not just asking candidates to like focus on the courses that they took or previous jobs they held. We want to figure out like what are they passionate about? How are they have they participated in a data science challenge on a topic that was, near and dear to their heart, where they developed an AI tool to try to solve it, or they developed some type of technology to solve a major problem. So those are the things that we're looking for when we're interviewing candidates, not just what's on the resume. And why are we doing that? Well, if you go to our website, and we have a new website now, we were traditionally for the past 60 years a nonprofit organization founded under the Kennedy administration. A couple of years ago, almost 3 years ago, we became a for profit. So our new website has moved from lmi.org to lmisolutions.com. So if you go to that website, you will find and see lots of information about our new trademark tool called Liger. So it's our toolkit for building and deploying Gen AI solutions to solve government challenges. So we are embedding Liger into our government client space. This is like their own private secure version of ChatGPT. We are curating the data sets based on what they need, based on the workflows that they have to execute. And if there's contracts acquisition shop where they're putting the same type of statements of work together, well, we can write a workflow that can help them do what may have taken several hours before can be done in minutes. So we're developing these tools, we're finding new ways to implement it within our government client space, and building those workflows and curating those data sets and continuing to train our models to help our government clients do more with less. I also wanted to post here a link for our summer internships under careers-LMI. If you pop in intern or this link, actually I'll pop it into the chat. We definitely have a few data science internships where we're looking for candidates for the summer months, and some other internships as well that your students may find interesting. And the last slide I will touch on again, and I actually kind of have a bit of a primer. If these slides go out to everyone on this call, after my kind of final slide, there is a bit of a primer where we talk about ethical questions that you can discuss with your students when you're talking about how to mitigate risk in integrating and implementing Gen AI tools. So again, kind of holding discussions and promoting debate skills. This could be a fantastic debate topic, no matter what um, core curriculum you're teaching. And Dr. Pearson, I think I may have attended one of those faculty sessions that you attended with the AUC DSI in June. I participated and spoke on a panel about, LMI and careers at LMI. Because even if you think about like the National Institutes of Standards and Technology, they're still trying to figure out a framework for how to mitigate risk in these generative AI tools. So having these discussions with your students, listening to their opinions, helping them kind of craft, the skill, the art of an argument. You can use that because this is here to stay and it's only going to continue to evolve. Have the students review sources that Gen AI tools use. Like my daughter is a sophomore at Spelman College, and she's a tutor in the writing center. And I asked her, I said, well, do you use ChatGPT to help, kind of write or frame or, shape your essays? She's like, no, they can't write better than me. So I said, okay, girl. So she's an international studies student. My daughter, who's at Delaware State University, is a senior finance major. She's like, yes, I don't like to write. I'll put some prompts into a Gen AI tool, let it craft it, and then I'll use that as my base and I'll try to alter it. So there are two different perspectives. Some feel that some of these tools are impeding on their creativity. Others want to use it to promote and enhance their creativity, but it's here to stay. So allow your students to explore and investigate whole data entrepreneurship challenges, like some of the ones that Dr. Pearson talked about. We have one running right now at University of Virginia in their School of Data Science, where they're just supposed to pick a topic about a societal challenge and figure out how can they develop an AI solution to solve it. And then how can you convince the intended user to adopt the technology, build that trust, and provide the training. So I know we're at time. And this is just a little touch of what we're doing at LMI in the arena of data science and how I'm leading our academic partnerships to bring that to bear. Here is my contact information. That's actually LMI's building in Tysons, Virginia. We're right off of 495 if you're familiar with the Beltway in Northern Virginia. And then this is that kind of 5 discussion prompts or foundational questions that I have as a primer that faculty can use. All right, I will stop share.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Burnett. What a compelling presentation. Thank you so much. Let's see. We might be able to entertain one question. I see one in the chat window, or I don't know if you see it, Dr. Burnett. Just a
Take a
comment.
look.
Thank you for sharing the valuable information. And can you-
Spelman sister.
yes, Natalie.
Yes. Oh, okay. So Dr. Das, please just email me at kbarnett@lmi.org. I will pop it into the chat.
Okay.
It's really a discussion. We haven't switched our emails to lmisolutions.com yet, but that's probably coming. And then I see the note from Dr. Gardner. So let's definitely talk about what's going on at Purdue.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Dr. Burnett. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. Let me invite you again. I'm doing a commercial. Let's continue this really important conversation. It's a set of conversations. Want to invite everybody to consider participating at our annual meeting at the end of May in Nashville, Tennessee. What a great way to continue and carry on these really important, pressing conversations. Thank you so much to our speakers. Really appreciate that you were able to participate today. And we look forward to seeing you a month from now. Please stay posted with an announcement for that. Other announcements will be forthcoming. Thank you for giving us your time today. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. We are going to adjourn. Thank you so much, everybody, and take care.
Thank you. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.